Okay, we're in session and cause number 324914. Case of South State of Texas versus Joshua Dale Raleigh. Mr. Raleigh, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Raleigh, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Raleigh, you may put your hand down. Again, Mr. Raleigh, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Raleigh, I have before me two documents. First document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. Mr. Raleigh, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that side of the defendant?
Yes, sir.
And are these the initials on the line that states, I want to apply for court-appointed attorney?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Raleigh, I also have another document here. This document is titled Affidavit of Indigence. Mr. Raleigh, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And on page 2 of the same document, Mr. Raleigh, is this your signature on the line that's titled Defender Signature?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Raleigh, Mr. Raleigh, prior to signing and initialing these documents, did you read the documents?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand what you read?
Um,
Did you understand
Yes.
these documents? Did
yes,
you understand what
yes,
you
sir.
read?
Yes,
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
yes, sir.
Okay, now, Mr. Raleigh, I've read your answers to the affidavit of indigence. Based on your answers, you meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment of court-appointed attorney. And your attorney that is going to be appointed to represent you in this case is attorney Laurie Perazzo. And Mr. Raleigh, let's see, what is he charged? Yeah, he- Okay, Mr. Raleigh. Gonna stand on the X in front of our court clerk. She's gonna swear you in.
Judge, if you have a minute, I can speak about my client.
Actually, Mr. McIntosh, we was getting ready to do some pleas, some lawyers that's sitting in court.
Oh, that's perfectly fine, Judge. I just couldn't see the courtroom, so I wanted to make sure because she's not appearing in person.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, Rosendo Fuentes. This is an add-on.
Yes, sir.
Defense attorney doing fine work for his client.
Okay.
Gotta get down here and get something taken care of.
Mr. Fuente,
She should contact me.
Yes, sir.
You're welcome.
your full name. Okay, this is cause number 329636, case of style of state of Texas versus Rosendo Leon Fuente. Mr. Fuente, is that your full name?
Yes, yes, sir.
Mr. Fuente, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Fuente, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Fuente, you may put your hand down. How you doing, Mr. Fuente?
I'm okay. How about you?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Fuente, you're here represented by your attorney, Mr. William Wilkerson. Mr. Wilkerson, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Judge. Thank you.
That's good. Mr. Wilkerson, do you waive a record in Mr. Fuente's case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Fuente, I have before me an information that alleges that on or about March 6th of 2021, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a motor vehicle in a public place, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated with an alcohol concentration level of 0.15 or more. I might need another one. Mr. Fuente, do you understand what you've been charged with?
Yes, sir.
And to this charge, Mr. Fuente, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
Now, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, sir.
And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's 329-636. Okay. Mr. Fuente, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. Now, okay. Did the wrong about, just do a Class A misdemeanor.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, that's just not a, that's how they,
Yes, Your Honor.
yeah, they put it in it as a Class A. I think he put it under the B and he changed it, modified it. Because that's the way it is in the statute.
As I explained, because of that. Judge, that's how I've done it before, and I've been asked to do it a different way, but I've changed it, so it's fixed now.
Okay, well, I mean, if they read the statute, it's just a Class A misdemeanor. For some reason, this here particular DWI is not like, it's just a regular Class A misdemeanor. I think it's been litigated in case law, so it's a Class A misdemeanor, so it's not like where you have the 72 hours and like on a Class B, you know, so it's a Class A. It's different from the
Second.
DWI second, which is a minimum of 30 days. You know,
Yes, sir.
so it's yeah,
And
But-
72 hours.
right. So now, Mr. Fuente, I have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And on page 2 of this same document, there is a set of initials, RF, on the line next to a box that's checked guilty.
Yes, sir.
Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document, which is titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Is that your signature on the line that's titled
Yes,
defendant?
sir.
Now, there is one box that's checked at the top of this document. That box states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Fuente, I have before me a document that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Fuente, prior to signing and initialing all of these documents, did your attorney go over these documents with you?
Yes, sir.
And did you read and understand everything in these documents?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Fuente, are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, sir.
State, I have before me back up, Fuente. Sendo. Okay. Now, Mr. Fuente, did you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest to this charge?
Guilty.
Guilty. Okay. Now, Mr. Fuente, the state, I have before me state's exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer state's 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any objections?
No, Your Honor.
No objections. State's exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Wilkerson, you advised in counsel, Mr. Fuente, is there any evidence that he's currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Fuente, your attorney, Mr. Wilkerson, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided fully effective and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Fuente, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea of guilty and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
What is that agreement?
Your Honor, the agreement is for 180 days in jail, probated over a term of 2 years, a $500 fine, 60 hours of community service, DWI classes, interlock, and drug and alcohol assessments.
Do we have a 60 hours? I think we have an affidavit of indigenous. Okay, Mr. Fuente. The state is offering that you serve 180 days in Jefferson County Jail. However, you will not have to serve any time in the Jefferson County Jail because you will be placed on probation for 2 years. During the 2-year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $500 and court costs of $472. You'll be required to pay a probation fee of $60 each month, a urinalysis fee of $15 each month. You will be required to pay the Jefferson County DWI education class and initial evaluation fee of $125 a month. And should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Now, the total monthly installments that you'll be required to pay, that is the total amount you will be required to pay each month, is $130. Will you be able to pay the $130?
Yes, sir.
You also be required to perform 40 hours of community service, attend and complete a DWI education class, have a drug and alcohol assessment, install an interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate, and adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. Mr. Fuente, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Fuente, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Fuente, you're gonna stand on the X next to your attorney. You're gonna follow the directions of our clerk. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go. Now, there's a warrant out. You need to keep that copy of the judgment with you because it's gonna take a while to get the warrant out of the system.
Okay.
Okay, so if you get stopped or anything, you can show them the judgment that you took care of this case today, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, stand on that X.
Hi, Mr. Fuentes. Can I get,
Thank you, Judge.
Oh, you're welcome, thank
Your
you.
right thumbprint on that blue light. Thank you. You know, Mr. Fuentes, can I get your signature on that signature pad? You won't be able to see it, but I will. And Mr. Wilkerson? Okay, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear that you've never before been given deferred adjudication or regular probation for a felony or misdemeanor in this or any other state? Listed on that front page as soon as you leave here.
Okay, now, Mr. Fuente, you're free to go. You have a blessed day and have a Merry Christmas. And Mr. Wilkerson, if I don't see you before Christmas, you have a Merry Christmas as well.
Thank you, Your Honor. You as well.
All right, thank you. Okay, we're in session in clause number 323657. Case of style, the state of Texas versus Melanie Lachey Dennis. Three. This is cause number 323657. Case of style, the state of Texas versus Melanie Lachey Dennis. Ms. Dennis, is that your full name? Ms. Dennis, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Dennis, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Okay, Ms. Dennis, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Ms. Dennis? That's good, Ms. Dennis. I have before me a motion to revoke your unadjudicated probation that was filed on September 28th of 2021. In this motion, it alleges that on the 7th day of December of 2021 in County Court of Law number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, that this court found that the evidence was sufficient beyond a reasonable doubt to support a finding of guilt for the offense of resisting arrest, search, transportation. And the court deferred adjudicating your guilt and placed you on unadjudicated probation for a period of 1 year. This motion alleges 5 violations. State, are you abandoning allegation 1, 2, 4, and 5?
Yes, Your Honor, state is.
Now, Ms. Dennis, the state is abandoning allegations 1, 2, 4, and 5. That just simply means that the state will only be proceeding on one allegation, and that allegation is allegation number 3. Allegation number 3 alleges that you, Melanie Lachey Dennis, failed to abstain from the use or possession of any drugs except those taken or possessed under doctor's orders as ordered by the court, in that on or about September 21st of 2021, you, Melanie Lachey Dennis, provided a urine sample for a scientific analysis that showed the presence of the metabolic byproducts of tetrahydrocannabinol, commonly referred to as marijuana, in violation of condition 13 of your probation order. Now, before I asked you whether or not that's true or not, did I swear you in?
Yeah, you did.
Okay. Now, also, Ms. Dennis, you have a right to have a record. That means you have a right to have a court reporter dictate everything that's being said, or you can waive that record. Do you waive the record? Okay. Now, Ms. Dennis, to this allegation, do you plead true or not true?
Sure.
Okay. Now, are you pleading true freely and voluntarily?
Yeah.
And are you pleading true because it is true?
Yes.
Okay, now, Ms. Dennis. There are waivers and the waiver and the, yes, that you fill out today. Dennis. Yeah. Now, Ms. Dennis, I have before me several documents, excuse me. The first document is titled "The Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without an Attorney." Ms. Dennis, do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes.
And is this your, are these your initials on the line saying I waive my right to an attorney and I want to represent myself?
Yes.
Also, I have before me a document that is titled waiver of counsel for purposes of entering a guilty plea or proceeding to trial. You recognize this document?
Yes.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? I also have before me a document that is titled misdemeanor plea admonishment. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
And on page 2 of the same document, there are a set of initials. Oh, it's on the wrong line. Hold on, wait up. Let me do this here. No, it might, no, never mind. I'm in the wrong document. Hold on. Dennis, let's see. Let me do this again. Oh, here we go. Ms. Dennis, do you recognize this document?
Yes.
There's one box that checks stating MTRP, which means motion to revoke probation. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And on page 2 of the same document, there's a set of initials on a line next to a box that's checked MTRP true to allegation number 3. Are these your initials?
Yes.
There's another set of initials at the bottom of this document, below the paragraph that is titled discovery certification. Your initials, it's an X.
It's a check.
Check, okay, she needs to initial that.
Yes, sir.
There you go.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay.
Talking about whether we wanted the discovery and stuff.
Mhm.
I put names there, but the judge says it needs to be initial that line. Thank you.
Mhm.
I'm gonna try to put this battery back.
Oh, that's the one with the battery that's popping out? Yeah, there's one that does that.
Careful, Judge.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, now, Miss Dennis. Are these your initials on this line that states, I do not request discovery of the evidence. I waive my right to request discovery of the evidence in this case and choose to enter a plea of either guilty or no contest. Now, I will correct that because you're going to be entering a plea of true. This is a motion to revoke. This is a motion to revoke probation. Now, Ms. Dennis, I just made that note, made that correction. Your initials is on the line stating that I do not request discovery of the evidence. I will waive my right to request discovery of, in this case, and choose to enter a plea of truth. Is that correct?
Yes.
And are these your initials on this line? Now, on page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant. Is that your signature?
Yes.
And on the next document, this document is titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Is this your signature above the line that's titled
Yes, sir.
defendant? There's one box that's checked at the top of this document. The first box that's checked, well, yeah, 2 boxes that's checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right to appeal. Do you understand that? Second box states that you're waiving your right to an appeal. Do you understand that? All right, Ms. Dennis. Prior to signing and initiating all of these documents that I have just mentioned,
Mhm.
did you have Did you read the documents?
Yes, I did.
And did you understand what you read?
Yes,
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
yes, sir.
State, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State, you like to offer State's Exhibit number 1?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Dennis, I have before me State's Exhibit number 1. State's Exhibit number 1 is a document that you acknowledge. It has the box checked on the first page, MTRP. On the second page, it have your initials on the line pleading true to allegation number 3, and your initials on the line stating that you are waiving your right to discovery and you do not desire discovery in this case, and you enter a plea of truth. And on the third page, it has a signature that you acknowledge above the line is titled defendant. Now, the state would like to use this document as evidence against you in your case. Is it all right for the state to use this document as evidence in your case? You don't want them to use it as evidence? Okay, well, we can't go forward on the plea because this document has everything that it says. So we're gonna have to reset this case. Okay. Okay, so I guess we'll just reset it for a hearing, I guess. A contested hearing. Okay. Just give us a reset date, reset it for a contested hearing. Okay.
It'll be February the 4th, but I can't give her anything right now.
If she can have a seat, I'll we'll call her back.
Tell her to have a seat. Okay.
Hey, Ernest, this is Elizabeth. How are you?
Hold on a minute. She's talking to her.
She's on Zoom, Judge.
Okay, this is cause number 320-816. Case is filed the state of Texas versus Shamiko Shanette Parker. Ms. Parker is appearing via Zoom. Okay, Ms. Parker,
Yes,
how are you doing again?
I'm all right. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Now, Mr. Ham and Mr. Burbank, y'all wanted me to put a hold on this case?
Right, Your Honor, there was conversations referencing the complaining witness wanting to dismiss this case. Mr. Ham is new on this case, and he attempted this morning to contact the complainant with no avail. I would ask that she remain, I mean, she can do it by Zoom, but a short recess, maybe right after the first of the year.
Oh, so you just need a
Just a
reset.
reset so that he needs to cover himself
Okay.
so that they can properly dismiss it.
Okay, okay. This case is gonna be reset to February 11 of 2022. Ms. Parker, your attorney will be given a copy of your reset. Stay in contact with your attorney. Your case is reset to February 11th of 2022. This will conclude your case. You have a blessed day and Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you. The same to you. Bye-bye.
Mr. Burbank, would you sign that reset, please?
I will, Judge. and I have a couple more.
Yeah. Okay, this is cause numbers 324242 and cause number 327900. Both cases of Style, the state of Texas versus Wilbert Shamal Tyler. Mr. Tyler, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr. Tyler? Okay, Mr. Tyler, you're represented here by your attorney, Mr. Tom Burbank. Mr. Burbank, what is your announcement in Mr. Tyler's
Is
case?
he on the special caseload, Judge?
Yeah, I see here he had an appointment that was supposed to be with Spindleton. That's what's noted on here.
When was that for?
Hmm?
When was the appointment for?
I don't have a date. I think he was supposed to call. I think he was here.
Did you call for an appointment?
Yeah. Okay.
I told him last time, you have nothing to do with Spindleton.
You didn't have anything to do with it?
No, when they called and they checked, I never been in the system when I.
Well, I think if I'm not mistaken, we checked the last time he was in court. And then the caseworker or the person who answered the phone when they looked in the records, they said you had an appointment, but you didn't go. That's what I recall. As a matter of fact, they showed that they stated that they interviewed you here at the courthouse. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I think that you were supposed to contact them. If my memory serves me correctly, I think you were supposed to call them. As a matter of fact, I think we gave you some information on how to contact them from here.
Yeah, I think so, but.
Yeah.
Contact them about what?
They wanted to talk to you to see if you wanted for an appointment. That was my recollection.
See if we can help.
Okay, so you haven't did anything with regards to that?
No, sir.
Okay, apparently you don't want to, you don't want their services. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so he has a,
Then, Your Honor, we asked they be placed on the trial docket. I am ready. I've gotten discovery.
okay,
I believe that one of the cases may go by Carol without court intervention, but the other one might have to have.
okay. Does he have bond conditions? Could you check and see, this is assault, family violence, first case.
She going up to the
Is this Mr. Tyler?
Yes, Wilbert Shamal Tyler.
Yes, sir. I'll confirm.
Okay, yeah, let me see the bond condition.
See, I don't know if Lauren's here today.
Yeah, these are his bond conditions. You could get out to your client on it, that's his bond conditions.
Yeah, he
That we gave him to him the last time. We just, that's just your copy. Make sure that you adhere to those bond conditions. If you violate any one of those conditions that you have, your bond can't be revoked, and if your bond is revoked, you can be placed in the Jefferson County Jail. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, so your case is gonna be reset for trial. Give us a trial date.
March 14th, Judge.
Okay, the case is gonna be reset March 14th of 2022. You can get your reset from your attorney. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day and Merry Christmas to you. You can stand over there.
Let me get your research, okay? Call me.
You have a good number, I call you, and my father will send you in the office.
This, okay. Do you have, oh, here it is. Court is back in session in cause number 323-657. Case is style of state of Texas versus Melody Lachey Dennis. Miss Melody Lachey Dennis was previously sworn in cause number 323-657. Miss Dennis previously entered a plea of truth to allegation number 3 in the state's motion to revoke her unadjudicated probation. Ms. Dennis acknowledged that her signature and initials was on judge's explanation of rights to defendants without attorney. Ms. Dennis also acknowledged that her signature was on the waiver of counsel for purposes of entering a guilty plea or proceeding to trial. Ms. Dennis acknowledged that her signature and initials were on the misdemeanor plea admonishments, which states exhibit number 1. And she acknowledged that her signature was on the trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal. And she acknowledged to the court that she read the pre-mentioned documents and that she understood what she read and that everything in these documents was true and correct to the best of her knowledge. The state offered state's exhibit number 1, and Ms. Dennis previously objected to state's exhibit number 1. And Ms. Dennis, state is offering state's exhibit number 1. State's exhibit number 1 is the document that on the first page has MTRP, which means motion to revoke probation, that's checked. It also, on the second page, it has a box that's checked stating that you pleaded true to allegation number 3 in the motion to revoke probation, and that your initials are on that line. And then at the bottom of this document, below the paragraph that is titled Discovery Certification, you acknowledge that your initials is on the line stating that I do not request discovery and I'm entering a plea of true to the allegation. Now, Ms. Dennis, the state is offering this exhibit to be used as evidence against you in your case. Do you object to the state using this exhibit, or do you you do not object to the state using this exhibit?
I don't object.
Okay, now, Ms. Dennis, is there any evidence that you are currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, sir.
Okay, now, Ms. Dennis, well, now, let's see. Ms. Dennis, I will accept your plea of true to allegation 3. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea is true and waivers was freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to revoke your probation, and your probation is hereby revoked. State,
Yes, Your Honor.
do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
What is that agreement?
Your Honor, the agreement is for 30 days in jail with that sentence to begin not later than January 3rd of 2022 at 6 p.m.
January 3rd, 2022 at 6 p.m. Okay. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Okay, Ms. Dennis, the state is offering that you serve 30 days in the Jefferson County Jail. You'll be given credit for any time that you are entitled to get by law. And the 30 days will begin on January 3rd, 2022 at or before 6 p.m. The court cost in this case is $67. You be able to pay the court costs?
Yes, sir.
You will? Okay. Now, Ms. Dennis, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
And do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ms. Dennis. I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Ms. Dennis, please stand on the X in front of our court clerk. Follow our clerk's directions. Once you finish following her directions, you'll be free to go. Have a blessed day and have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thumbprint on that blue light.
Okay, you-
Lift it up and place it back down gently. Thank you. You can open it.
Okay, okay.
Commitment. One is gonna be for your records for you, Keith, and the other copy is gonna be for you to bring to the
Here you
jail
go.
whenever you go on up there.
You want part of this too?
Yeah. All right, so you're good to go.
Unless you, I'm in agreement.
Now, Judge, for this,
This is cause number 325-406, case of style state of Texas versus Tanika Ranchelle Williams.
Yeah, sure.
Ms. Williams, is your full name Tamanika Ranchelle Williams? How you doing, Ms. Williams? You doing all right? Now, Ms. Williams, you're here represented by your attorney, Tom Burbank, Attorney Burbank. What is your announcement?
We asked to be placed on the trial docket, Judge. I
Okay.
believe we have all the discovery, and she's ready to get this over with.
Okay, give us a try. Which,
March 21st.
March 21st? Case is reset to March 21st of 2022. Ms. Williams, your attorney is going to give you a reset. Once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day and Merry Christmas to you. Stand over there.
Should be excused to that.
Yes. Okay, did you do that rescinding, that order rescinding on Washington?
No, so not yet. But I will.
Because I wonder how we're gonna get him his,
Mr. Adams.
yeah, okay, Yeah. okay. Okay. Is that John Bernard?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, this is cause number 328902, case of Style of State of Texas versus John Willis Bernard. Mr. Bernard, is that your full name?
Yes, sir, it is.
How you doing, Mr. Bernard?
I'm blessed. How's it?
That's good. Now, Mr. Bernard, you're here represented by your attorney, Tom Burbank. Mr. Burbank, what is your announcement?
Your Honor, as always, when I have her get a offer, I tell my client there was an offer made, but he is under the special caseload. And I will show to the court that he has a doctor's appointment at Spindletop, January 6th.
Okay,
So
so you
we
need to
ask for
reset
a review,
pending.
maybe, or another announcement date somewhere.
Okay, give us an announcement.
February the 11th.
Okay, Mr. Bernard, your case is gonna be reset till February 11th of 2022 for announcement. Mr. Bernard, once you get your reset from your attorney, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day and Merry Christmas to you. And we'd like to commend you for participating in the program.
Well, I'm only my word, you know.
Okay,
Maybe excuse that date, Your Honor.
yes, he may be excused to that day. You have a Merry Christmas, Mr. Bernard. All right. Okay, we got two cases.
Get you out of it.
No, that's fine.
Brandon Jarrell Martin. We're in session in cause number 312974 and cause number 327932. Okay, is your full name Brandon Jarrell Martin?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, I think the last time we were here, Mr. Burbank, I don't think he was here. Now, Mr. Burbank, court had a okay. Okay, we had a revocation here on September 10th of 2021. Is that correct?
I believe so, Your Honor.
And the court took this matter under advisement?
That's correct.
Okay.
If I may advise, the advisement was he had to complete several things. He's about 90% there. He's lacking about $1,000 in money. He made a payment the other day. Was going to make a payment next Friday, but we're all on vacation, so it'll have to be after the 1st or
I might
whatever.
get paid early.
You can pay it early.
I might get paid. If I get paid early, I can pay it, but if not, it's 27.
So probation,
Your Honor, he has completed all his community service hours. He has completed his DWI class. He is in arrears around $1,300. So I'm asking for a 90-day reset so that he can knock a chunk of that out and then we can re-review in 90 days. If he's done, then we'll ask for dismissal. If he's not, it needs more time, we can reevaluate at that time.
okay, give us a reset date.
We can do,
Or
March
we can do a
4th.
deal time off.
Mo-
See
What-
got you.
I don't know.
You can be doing 2/12.
What that, you say March 4th, is that 90 days?
Come the 4th, I'll be here.
Let me see this in January,
Let's
February.
do April 1st.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Martin,
Yes, sir.
your case is gonna be reset to April 1st of 2022. At that time, we'll revisit your case or your cases.
Yes, sir.
Maybe excuse to that date, Your Honor.
Yes, he may be excused to that date. And Mr. Martin, you have a blessed day and Merry Christmas to you.
Likewise.
Thank you. And Mr. Burbank, I think this is your last case.
I thought I had one more, did I?
Martin,
All right, Ms. Williams, Mr. Martin.
I think that's it, huh?
Yeah, I don't want to leave. I think that's it.
Yeah, I think that's it. So, Mr. Burbank, yeah, we don't have nobody on Zoom. Mr. Burbank, you're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Same to you, Judge. Happy holidays.
And Merry Christmas to you.
And may the record reflect that the better Mr. Ham is in court on a Friday before the holidays and doing his justice is served Texas Code of Criminal Procedure 2.01.
We do our level best in Jefferson County District Attorney's Office.
And there you go.
Okay, court is in session and cause numbers 299372, cause number 299376, cause number 299378, and cause number 299574. All four cases are styled the state of Texas versus April L. Beverly or April Beverly. Ms. Beverly is represented by Mr. Charles McIntosh.
Yes, Judge.
Okay, hold on a minute, Mr. McIntosh. Mr. Bailiff, would you please call the name of April Beverly?
Judge, we had spoken about this last week. She was on the docket last week, and we had her call in. She is available to get a call today as well, but we had agreed for her, the purpose of the reset was for her to pay $500 to probation before this week. She was supposed to pay on Tuesday, and she did do that. I have a receipt, but I imagine that probation would have that receipt as well.
Okay, hold on a minute. You said, well,